Hello, everyone. Welcome to our submission for Bounty Hacks. We chose the staged approval crowdfunding project. So here's a brief overview of the team. We're all freshmen studying computer science. And before we get started, we just wanted to talk about some challenges that we had. We had a little bit of trouble integrating the back end with the front end, but eventually we got the hang of it. And the Reach language was really superbly designed, and it really helped abstract away a lot of the technical details of smart contracts and allowed us to focus on the development of our app. And this project could also be applied to things like labor contracts and any form of funding which requires approval. Here are a couple slides about the industry overview and the history. They're on our GitHub if you're more interested in that, but they're the main reason why we chose this project.
So as far as the app itself, you will see a live walkthrough in a second. Basically, the idea was to harness the power of smart contracts to enable crowdfunding in a decentralized approach. The way we do this is we have different stages. So if somebody creates a campaign, they set a few dollar amounts or currency amounts for the different stages. And then those stages, once they're reached by donators, the donators get to decide whether or not the creator of the campaign has fulfilled those checkpoints. And if they have, and everybody votes yes on that, then those amounts of money are released to the campaigner. And if they aren't, then everybody else gets their money back. You can find out more about the code specifics and the walkthrough at the following links.
Yeah, so we can start a walkthrough now. Normally there's a front page where you can fund your account, but we've already done that for you. So we'll deploy a role. We'll click deployer. And so we can deploy a goal and basic checkpoints by setting the goal and deploy the contract. As that deployment is happening, we can create an attacher, someone who's going to attach to the contract. And of course, we need to wait for the contract to finish deploying. So we can go back to Alice. And it takes some time for the chain to usually process different transactions. But once this contract deploys, we should get a link to the contract. Right here, we can copy that, go to the attacher, copy that, and attach Bob to the contract. So now Bob, once he's attached to the contract, can donate to Alice. So as we wait for this, you should see that you can accept the goal, and I'll hand it off to Jeremy to talk about last.
Yeah, and so after Bob accepts the goal, it usually takes a while for Alice to realize that someone has crowdfunded their project. And so we can see that that just happened. Once that happens, as previously mentioned, Bob can vote on whether he is satisfied or not with each stage. So let's say Bob is satisfied with this stage. So Bob can click the yes button, to which Alice will receive money for this stage. And then we can continue voting on the next one. And so let's say Bob wasn't too satisfied with this next threshold. So Bob can say no, to which Bob will get his money back. And once Bob gets the money back, we can end the contract. And so the contract should also end for Alice. And while we wait for that to happen, we can take a look at code. So the code is powered through a Reach middle/backend, and it allows us to write a smart contract in fairly few lines of code. And then this is also coupled with a React.js frontend that is spread through numerous files. If you want to take a closer look, the GitHub repo has all of the code. And so something that we'd like to improve on in the future is to add multiple different ways to do crowdfunding and multiple applications. We've started scaffolding some of the code here in the comments, but given more time, we'd definitely like to implement many more of these features. So by now, we can see that Alice has also reached the end of the contract, which brings us to the end of our demonstration today. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much.